Patia itself, PAL, we have these three communities electoral. There is a water system by way of a mechanized borehole from time back by an NGO. So they have provided them polytanks. One of them got spoiled. So that section of the community do not easily have access to clean water. So they, in order to get water for the people living around that area, they had to go walk distance. Because the other polytank is located in another area. So even if they have to move from that place, that area to fetch from that one, it's a distance. If they are also to move to another nearby borehole, it's also a distance for them. So the assembly member called me and complained that that is what they are facing. And almost every day, they are banging at his door for a replacement of that polytank. So I told him that by way of the assembly, we are providing boreholes. But if it is a polytank, will come up. So that polytank donated to the people of PAL to mount on that stand to provide them water. It's from my own resources, my own pocket.
And to how many? Let's look at the PAL community. In estimation, how many people are we looking at who are resident?
Well, that hasn't come to my attention, but I'm sure there will be between 800 to 1,000 there. It's a community that is a big size.
And still talking about the Talinsi district. Recently there was a post, a reaction to a post on Facebook about some military men who went into one of the community. I believe that has come to your attention. As the leader of Dissect and also the leader of the district, how are you trying to resolve that issue to ensure that the security live peaceably with the people and for work to go on well in your district, especially in that community?
Yes. So that incident, I think I was when I got a call from one talking to me about the community. So I told him that I wasn't aware of any military deployment.
Okay.
But he should go closer to them and ask them, what do you want? Who sent them? Told him that they are afraid of them. I said, no. I am the DCM. And I'm not aware of their presence there. Possibly something have happened and they are coming there. And they are for the entire security of the region. So if they are here or any other have somewhere, they can take charge of the security. They don't need to ask for permission from the DCE, who is a district chairman, before they can move. It doesn't work that way. So security issues are different from what we know. If there's an issue and I call my police and say, please take charge of this place because there's some disturbances there, it's different from this one. But if somebody also give a report that there's a disturbance somewhere or some unpleasant kind of activities happening somewhere, the security have the reserve right to move to the place to maintain law and order and provide peace. So once I am not aware of them, I think they might be there for a reason. And once there is no problem in the community, you can move to them and ask them whom they are, where have they come from, and what they are there to do. So when I told him that way, he never got back to me again. And till I came home. And then as we are talking about this post, that somebody wrote on the Facebook wall citing, told I even saying that as a chairman, I'm supposed to know all these things. That means nobody will have the power to enter the community. That is a fallacy. That is not. The mining companies in Talensi, those who are producing gold now, are two mining companies. There are L International Group Ghana Limited. Then we have Cardinal Namdini Mining Resources. These are the two companies that are producing gold now.
Right.
There's a third company, Cardinal Resources. And Cardinal Resources has been doing exploration in this district, or let me say in the region in particular, for the past 10 years, if not more. Because in 2015, 16, or if not more, they have been here. They have been here. And they have done exploration in many places. So Cardinal Resources could possibly be a subsidiary of Cardinal Namdini. By the moment they are in charge of the exploration. And so in my checks, in 2025, precisely 28th December, particular community, a group went and burned down a rig that was doing that had been stationed there for a number of years before I even became a DCE, before even this current government came into power. When it came into power, so they burned down the rig. Yes, 28th December 2025. And so in January this year or February, they were able to apprehend some of them, those that they suspect that they might have been the group of people who have gone to burn down the rig. So I think one or so is in court. And since then, we have been negotiating with the community, trying to make sure that they understand one another and peace return to everybody. So in the process of negotiation, I think people want to believe lies more than the truth. Because we hear sometimes they say they are coming to relocate us. And we ask the question, who said this? Nobody will tell you the one who said they are going to relocate them. Nobody will tell you the one who have said it. So it's just hearsay. So in fact, the negotiations have been ongoing, and then the court issue have also been ongoing, and we don't want anything to happen to anybody. But as a DCE, anything that will disturb the peace of my people, I will not tolerate that. Anything that will bring a displacement to any community in Tennessee, I will not tolerate that. So I'm in for them because they have been in for me. So I stand to protect them. I stand to, rejoice with them. I stand to mourn with them as well. So this issue of dissect chairman should know is not so. So in my inquiry to know what the problem is, I was told that a group of people from the same community moved up to where the burn machine was, is. And there are police guarding the machines there. And they told them that they have given them an ultimatum that if they don't leave the place, they will not take it kindly with them.
As a community telling the police.
Telling the police. So the police now inform the company this is the threat they have gotten from the community. So that orchestrated the deployment of the military to go and maintain law and order. So if police are standing there and the civilians are threatening the police, that made the company to send it to just to maintain peace and order, the life of the policemen as well as their machines. That is all that I'm told.
Well, I think this brings clarity to the whole incident that occurred there. And then I believe that the community, I hope they will allow you chance as a district chief executive to mediate the entire process for lasting peace to return. Because when we spoke to a representative from the community, he indicated that it's been some form of tension because they saw them move in and they don't know why they were in the community. But as you explained, I believe that it brings clarity to the whole thing. But still on the issue of security, previously we used to hear of cases of armed attacks in your community, but it's been very silent so far. What have you done differently that has brought this calm and confidence to your community to move about their normal activities?
Yes, so it was a worrying concern for all of us. It was a concern for all of us that people cannot move about with their normal daily activities. So as we kept on knocking at the doors of the security who control a lot of things, the coming in of this PI, that's a police intelligence department, to augment the effort of the already existing police. What have brought this into the rigging in particular? Yes, it's not only talented, but because of the minor activities, all work of human beings are always located in talented. That's why we were actually inundated by the influx of those people, even trying to impose curfew on us.
Very true. Sometimes I will hear reports that market days, people have to leave the market very early by 4 p.m. to rush home.
There was a day they had to walk from Tongo to Siega, Gare, Dusi, Pelongo, and end up around Bongo area.
Was it a coordinated attack?
Well, yeah, just the same group. They picked one motor here, They get here, they get a new one, they put that one and take the other one. So until they ended somewhere around Bongo and I think around 7 p.m., the other people in the beer bar to lie down. Then they had to check them, took their phones, money. That is just one day line of robbery.
Wow.
So on the mining side, the road from the traditional communities, the mining side, there was no blessed week that people either in the late in the night, sometimes around 9 p.m., people are always commuting from to and from the mining side to the community. Sometimes dawn when the workers, especially L company, a lot of them are commuting on daily basis when they are going to work or coming. Those who were for night duty, they have emerged office from around 5 a.m. They want to rush home and then take a rest and do other activities. Then they are intercepted on the road. For some time now, those activities have.
Let's look at farming. The rains have started. In your opening remark, you appreciated the showers, the good showers of rains that have fallen. Going into this farming season, how confident are farmers within your district to go into farming? Looking at issues around fertilizer and then farm mechanizations. How are they confident going into the farming season this time, if you've interacted with them?
Yes. So the farmers in Talensi in particular, for the past week now, and late last week, and starting from yesterday again, they are rejoicing because they are on queues taking fertilizers from us to buy on their farmland. So that is what we are doing at the moment.
So there is fertilizer available for farmers.
Even today, as I speak, they are on the queue again to take their fertilizer. There's no community that is left out in time as far as distribution of fertilizer for them to apply on their farmlands.
Talk to us about some 500 hectare, some hectare of farms land for tomato farming. We chanced a story around that. Could you give us more information about that?
Yes. So you know, on my daily activities, when I step out of my office, I move to places to see or obtain first-hand information as to how we can do work to make sure that life becomes comfortable for people of that area. So at one point, I had to go to the defunct tomatoes factory. I went there and then the news group carried the information out. It was attracted the attention of the Farm Gate. Farm Gate is an NGO in particular.
Okay.
That is actually into farm things like this. So they got in contact with me and then they promised me that they were going to come to my beginning on 29th of June. They will be there till 1st July for us to see how we can organize farmers, supply them inputs and other logistics for them to take tomatoes farming. And indeed, they came. So they came and so about 500 acres of land. It cut across Talensi, Bolga here, Bolga Municipal, kind of the tunnel irrigation dam. They're looking at how we can organize the farmers into groups.
Okay.
For them to supply them one piece, first and transplant, and give them money, capital, for them to be able to undertake the farming activities. And then those tomatoes being produced already have a ready market. Where Farm Gate will buy them, will process them into what's the name? The tin tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then they will also sell some raw to restaurants and then other people who are cooking food for people in the country. So that program has already taken over, organized the farmers, particular. And sometimes this year by September, God's willing, that kind of activity will begin with the farmers that we have grouped.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has a potential of expanding. So by way of that, if the raw materials is assured, the revamping of the tomato factory is also assured, where they can also use the machines there to can them and then also process them. We have a pack house in Palogo. Also looking at that ones, how we can also equip it to, store fresh vegetables that are harvested from the farms that we are going to actually engage in. Yes.
Talking about Palugu, it's an area that easily gets flooded, and mostly during the rainy season when it also coincides with the opening of the Bagre Dam. Um, I know you are anticipating it because for every year it's a perennial occurrence. What are the preparations that, as a district, it's been put into and for this anticipated occurrence to minimize it and to ensure that lives are saved?
Yes, for us as a district in Talensi, since it's a perennial kind of activity that has been ongoing, something that even the people who live along the river are aware of the timing, and it has never been, the water have never been open from the valley down on and up. They will give a notice a week or two before the anticipated kind of spirit. And so, since I came into office, my office and then the NADMO have been in collaboration, and we have constantly sensitized the people and even talking to them before even the beginning of this farming season. We had informed them and then organizers told them the time they should plant the crops, put the crops around the bank so that they can harvest and look at the time that they normally open the dam. They can harvest, take up their farm produce before the water spilling. But Palago, it is only the spilling of the dam that sometimes overflow the banks of the White Volta
Mhm.
that bring that water flooding. But the community itself that did not experience the heavy rain and the made no only the spillage that actually bring this the overflowing the bank that then people who are not sometimes if somebody is not aware on the farm around the area, there's sometimes somebody is carried away by the water and that other. And it's only the farm produce that maybe they are there harvesting the maize or any other crop, and the water will just kind of submerge them. That has always been the issue.
Right. Right. If you're just joining us, this is an interaction we're having with the district chief executive for the Talented District, the Honorable John Milim Namwumya, speaking to us about happenings in the Talensi area. We've looked at the area of security, we've looked at the area of agric. We just want to quickly look at the area of health. We just have about some 10 minutes to wrap up the conversation here. So, Honorable, we'll just touch on the issues around the health situation in the Nabdan district, and then I'll come in with an issue on education, and then we'll call it a morning. So, Honorable, let's look at the issue, the area of health. We know the rains have started. Chips compounds and hospitals are going to be inundated with issues of malaria and other things. What is the health situation, healthcare delivery situation in the Nabdan, the Talensi district ever since you assumed office? Has there been an improvement or expansion of healthcare delivery centers?
Yes, so healthcare delivery centers it has been an expansion in that we are getting to an appreciable level as far as health issues and chips compounds. Some we're in the process of procurement process. Built another one,
Okay.
and we do that by collaborating with the health. They are the people who give the health delivery services to the people, so they are able to tell that population in this community this to be a chief's compound. Maybe we should upgrade the health center to this level. I mean, compound to this level. That will need the provision of this one, that other. I think sometime early this year, my MP donated a lot of equipment to the district health hospital. When the district hospital in Tongo, yes. So for them to be able to add our delivery service in the hospital. By way of the assembly, I think we also commission a 20-bed capacity, a case ward that where we completed and then finished it with beddings and everything, for them to use. Since I came into office, we have had the issue of not having a functionable ambulance. So that has been a concern. I had followed the ambulance service people over in my district and then the region to know the status of because I've seen that I saw that the ambulance was Parked on blocks, it was hanging on blocks. They said there's no engine, that the engine was being taken to commercial for repairs, and all that while I think when I came, it has taken about 2 years earlier,
Wow.
and that engine never returned. So when I asked them, they said the engine steering rack was the issue. So if we are able to fix that one. So along the line, late last year, I asked them if the engine is never coming, they should let us know. But it will come next week. It will come another week. And the days are counting, months are counting, then it's turning into years. And the car is also hanging there. It's not the best. And anytime we need an ambulance, we have to call on other adjoining districts. It's not the best. So they should look at that one. So the beginner about him that in fact from where he sits and what he has heard so far about that engine being brought or work on and being brought from commercial, it cannot return anytime soon. So because on that, based on that, then to get for myself, then if that's the case, I have to provide the engine for the car to function. So I went out asking for people, and then a group called United Miners, small scale miners. They actually came in and helped me with money. When I told them that this is the need we have at hand, they willingly brought money. I told them that no. So once they have brought the money, they should pay it into the assembly account. So we'll use the account to purchase the engine and the steering rack and everything to work on it. And indeed, they went and paid into the account and took their receipt. Then the assembly also issued them receipt. Appropriately, I will acknowledge them for the good work that they have done. So at the moment, I'm told that our ambulance is the strongest one now. So Talented District at the moment have an ambulance that is working.
Mm. Wow. 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 I think we can commend the United Miners. That's the
Yes.
name. We can commend them for that yeoman's job, providing putting resources together to ensure that you get an engine for that vehicle. But honorable,
And by way
yes.
of that, the office was also in a deplorable situation. So these people, what's the name? TRS, they also came in and volunteered to. And the condition was that if I'm able to put the ambulance on route, they will also help to renovate the office of the
Ambulance.
ambulance for us.
Oh, okay.
They have actually carried out their work. They are almost at the finishing part of the decision. My MP have also gone to drill a borehole in the house, the ambulance office, mechanized it for them.
Wow. That is powerful. That's powerful, and it's very commendable as well. Talking about this, we know of a hospital being put up by one of the mining companies. Is it one that is going to be accessible to the community?
Yes, it is. It is located in L Mining Company is written.
Mm.
Yeah, but they have not officially handed over to us. I think they are still having some finishing touches on that. I think it's a 60 bed capacity hospital. They are going to finish everything over to. It's actually meant for the community and not for the
mining company.
not for the mining company.
Okay.
So when they finish, they'll hand it over to the community. Ghana Health Service will take charge, push doctors, medical staff to the place to actually people live around that area. It was accessible for the people, mostly those in the east. Look at Kare, Bane, Datoko, Yale, Pielega, Dusi, but it's a bit closer to them, Tendongo, Siega, and Patia in that order.
Right.
The Malago or that within that enclave.
Finally, before we go, there was your district houses one of the special needs schools, School of the Deaf, the Bego School of Death, and unfortunately, fire gutted one of the dormitories. What is the current state of that? Has rehabilitation works taken place, and have they returned to use in that facility?
Yeah, so for now, we in fact that block was not even in a good shape. So the assembly had even had visited there about 2 times with my technical team, and we're looking at how because they are using it, we want to do a major renovation on it. They have to be on holiday. So before we could say Jack in the fire incident, but at the moment processes are underway. I will want to have it announced that we are most likely, by the grace of God, getting a brand new dormitory block for girls. That's cool. Together with a number of bungalows for staff.
And that would mean
that
that
step has already been taken.
okay.
I believe very soon, when the procurement processes are done, the contractor may be introduced to the staff. Of that.
Right. Honorable, we know you are pressed for time, but we want to end the conversation here. I want to say thank you. But before you leave, what would be your parting words to our listeners this morning?
Yes, so as you have indicated, we are wishing everybody a good working week, and we should always check on one another. We live in a situation where the place is almost becoming like the Western world, when you hear of how the next door neighbor does not even know what's happening to the other person. Let's check on one another. So always cross-check issues we hear before we comment on them. Other than that, we'll be antagonizing one another for no reason. The issue of this military deployment in the community in my district, where somebody have gone to carelessly make a comment that they have no right to move there without the dissect. In effect, he wanted to, incite the people against the DC. That if the DC is not aware, nobody can go there. But security doesn't work that way. You, that person, have you checked for me? So if they give a report that something is happening somewhere, that's not good. And then the security organization is signing security to go and maintain law and order. They should wait until they hear from the DC before they move. What do I have to gain if I send military after my people? I'll gain what? I don't own a mining company, but I want to still assure them that my priority is for the safety and then the peace living of my people in all the communities in Tanzania district. I don't segregate or I don't discriminate in anybody. So whatever that comes and I'm not aware, the people should take time to find out what exactly is happening. Just like the way the guy called me and I had to find out what is the meaning of this, and then this is the information that I was told. That is it. But for me to turn on and look somewhere when the people are not having peace, I wouldn't tolerate that. I want to wish them all the best, and that we should all cooperate. Nobody can move anybody from your place without any authorization. And nobody can also move you from one community to the other without your own willingness to move. Don't even the government have the power to come and reallocate one community to another community. You can't do it. Land is an essence here. Of essence here. And so where in Ghana or maybe in the country they say that there's a free land and nobody owns it, and you move one community to another community, and you should know that our communities here, they have their own tradition. That community have a tendana. They have the other things. So are they moving with those things on? And to where? Who have a free land to give to anybody? So when we hear something that we do not understand where, we should always try to make inquiries to find out. That will stop, issuing information or giving out information that will antagonize us, that will, give a bad name to some people. It doesn't help us. Everybody have come to this life to live according to what a purpose for you. When it is your time, you will go. So let's protect one another. Let's live peaceably.
Thank you very much, Honorable John Milim. We are very grateful for spending time this early morning to speak to us. We wish you a very good working day, and we'll come back to you when the time is right for us to advance conversation on some of these issues. Yeah. So we'll be back after this to continue discussion here in studio.
Any dance nina ankasa don na mi don wo na eba no say no don queen na mi ne de Tubani na mi mwana na se mi ko she konfu na obi do wa mwana yare nya uki kanu na minti yo ya chichi re di do minse if you ni pa ababa we ni mo You know, if you come soon, no one I'll say you. So be if you don't hear good, dear, then you cry. Come on, boy. I'm in tea, or that's it. And I'm also not tea, or that's it. I feel and that's a kiki me. I feel I won't go. One light, a light. Be quiet, you know. You find no quiet. Some of them I catch a review. I'm in power, and I say, oh, go. I teach you, you don't know himself. If you need power, come on, way. I'm on the way. You know, yeah, you know, so I say, oh, so be it. I said, if you're good, yeah, then you cry. Anymore, see me one trouble. Yeah, man, I'll be out from it all. Yeah, I'm so yeah, I'm not tonight, you. I'm getting one more time when I'm here. Whoa, I'm ready to let me down when say, if you need power, around the end, anymore. You know, get it consumed while I say, oh, so feel it's good, yeah. And then you cry. I'm ready to let me down you say, if you need power. I'm the edge anymore. You know, get it consumed while I say, oh, so feel Sophia, so you hear good, yeah, and then you cry. Yeah, so you hear good, yeah, and then you cry. So you hear good, yeah, and then you cry. Sophia, so you hear good, yeah.
When your car's ignition begins to sound like this, Toyota Auto Express Service Center can fix it with a smile. From diagnostic checks to general servicing, body and paint works, ties and car wash, we are ready for you. As an authorized Toyota Service Center in Bogatanga, we have genuine spare parts available for you. Call us now on 0559 179 655 or 0535 517 784 or 0535 504 394. We are ready for your call. You can locate Toyota Auto Express Service Center in Bogatanga at Pusunamo along the Bogatanga-Tamale Highway. We open from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Toyota Auto Express Service Center, keeping you safely on the road.
Jason Gulf Ghana Limited, distributors of insecticides such as Golon, which is now called Hercules, Protect, now Tautec, Mectin, now Mensa, this Pariforce Plus, and this Lambda Plus kills all insects in all stages in your farm: vegetables, grains, cereals, cocoa, and coffee. They also have fertilizers like Tecamin, flour, that improves flowering, better fruit settings, increased fertility, and reduces flower abortion. Polyfit 1919, water-soluble fertilizer which supports all in stages in plant development. Talking of multi-K is water-soluble knock fertilizer for quality crops. Hypha Bonus is also water-soluble NPK fertilizer for quality crops. They are good for crops such as vegetables, cocoa, citrus, cereals, grains, cocoa, etc. Talking of herbicides, we have the Army 2,4-D, Arrow, Brazil, Glyphosate, etc. This knocks out stubborn broadleaf weeds, reduces weed competition, and improves crops such as rice, maize, millet, etc. They also protect the crops. Talking about their fungicides, they have Victory and Vega for control of soil diseases among tomatoes and other vegetables. Orthodotop, now Azoxy Plus, also good for controlling diseases in vegetables. Shori for disease control in vegetable and others. They also do open vented greenhouse and others. We also have the seeds like pepper VS1414 F1, tomatoes VST 1001 F1, okra Kijani, and sweet pepper Kengele F1. For enquiries and bulk purchases, contact 0577 679780 or 0531 029 942. Available in all agrochemical shops nationwide. Jason Gulf Ghana Limited, the farmer's friend.
Welcome back to the conversation segment. Before we go on to having that conversation, you can discover the future of banking with CBG Sika Agent Service. This revolutionary agency banking service is designed to make banking more accessible and convenient for all. With CBG Sika Agent, you can enjoy essential banking services right in your community. Whether you need to deposit cash, withdraw funds, transfer money, pay bills, or even open an account, our network of approved agents is here to help you every step of the way. Experience the ease and reliability of banking at your doorstep. Join the CBG Sika Agent community today and take control of your financial future. Visit a CBG Sika agent near you and start enjoying seamless banking services right now. For further inquiries, contact 0302 216000, or you send an email to talk to us at cbg.com.gh, or you visit any CBG bank branch or any of their social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X to know how to go about with it. Remember, terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. We have our political team already in studio to have conversations this morning. First, on the bill, we have the government's promise to build about 5,000 accommodation facilities for teachers across the country. We also have an issue around the sentencing of Chairman Wontumi to prison yesterday for 20 years related to the issues on mining. And so this morning we'll be having that discourse here. I want to begin the conversation with Haruna Iddrisu's emphatic affirmation of government's commitment to put up about 50,000 housing units for teachers across the country as part of efforts to improve accommodation conditions and to encourage teacher retention, particularly in rural communities. This initiative is known as the Teacher Dabre Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Joining me this morning to further this conversation is Prof. Zach. Prof. Zach is a member of the NDC's communication team. And Prof, good morning. Thanks for joining me in studio.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
I hope the showers this morning have brought good tidings.
Amen. In fact, we say showers of blessing. Actually, farmers were yearning for this particular rain to come. We've planted for some days now. We're calling and praying that maybe it should rain. Now that it has started raining, I think they will be happy, or they will be pleased with God. And we ourselves will also be happy. But first of all, let me say good morning to you once again.
Good morning to our cherished listeners, and good morning to the Communication Bureau of NDC. Good morning to my boss, Comrade Abdallah, wherever he is this morning. I say good morning to you. And also, let me say good morning to the disappointed members of the MPP.
Why do you call them disappointed?
You know, some of them actually you have heard the issues on media space, what is happening or pertaining to their party. You know, all the time, you know, when the issues of election comes up, you know, there are so many controversies surrounding it. They have never conducted an election.
But elections come with controversies.
Yeah,
even
but
within the NDC, you have your own controversies.
Own is becoming worse, my brother. You know, you see, even with one of your colleagues who happens to be in the media space, who is also a member of the party. What is the name? This guy, Nana, what? The one who has been beaten with the plaster on his head.
Yeah.
You know, you have seen him lying on the Akatachi, or how do you call him? You see how he was beaten. You know, he was moving with those kind of tax. At the end of it, resulted in some kind of chaos. You were served with court summons, but still, we went ahead with the elections. At the end of it, you realize that it ended up in some kind of fiscal. And at the end of it, now their party hierarchy are even calling for the nullification of what? Those elections. And they have to conduct fresh elections, which is not good on their part. So many issues, conflicts upon conflict. Even with their national elections, by even electing their flag bearer, there was issues. You have seen an issue of showdown. Kennedy was telling them you give them showdown. Now look at what is happening. And we told them that actually we don't do elections by trying to build a roof before you build a foundation. You start with the foundations. And that is why I'm happy with my party, the umbrella. And when I was even coming, I was thinking, I said, how could I even come in this rain? But I realized that, under the shelter of umbrella, I could just take my umbrella and pass through the rain and come. Yes, because we stand on the right path. And you see that we have started with the branch. We have already finished with the branch elections. We are trying to do a mop-up exercise within these days. And when we do the mop-up, we'll go to the constituency base, then we'll progress to the regional, then the national. That is how you build a party. You start from the foundation. But you don't start from the roof. Now that they have started with the roof, you see that it is falling. It's falling. The building is falling because it has no legs to stand. The foundation was weak.
You agree with me that when it comes to internal contest, all these rivalries come up.
Yes, but at least...
so it's a normal thing. Yeah. At least you can commend the NPP in the Upper East region.
Well, within contest, definitely. Within the Upper East region, yes. I must admit there was some kind of peaceful atmosphere during their election period. But with the other parts of the country, it was so terrible, which I don't expect them to continue, because actually we need them in opposition so that at least they should criticize constructively, so that at least we'll be able to give the maximum best that Ghanaians are calling for or expecting the NDC to give out. So we welcome whatever they are doing in their party, but at least they must be measured, because politics is just about kind of decisions, opinions. You may disagree with certain things, but it shouldn't result in those kind of fiscal exchanges. No, it's not good. So I will urge them, at least they should remain calm, because the regional election is coming. They have already finished with the constituency, and I think they are going for regional. And we don't know what will happen to the regional. So I will urge them that they should remain within the confines of the elections.
Right.
So that at least we'll have some kind of peaceful atmosphere within the regions. Because if they are also destabilized, it affects us in one way or the other, because they will not concentrate to criticize us well, so that we'll do the right thing. So we want them to be at peace, so that at least they will have the right mind to criticize us, so that we'll do the right work.
That's fine. Before we move on to have our conversations, let me remind our listeners that we're still waiting for a representative from the New Patriotic Party to join the conversation. Unfortunately, we've not still had a representative from the NPP joining the conversation just yet. As and when the rep from the NPP comes in studio, we will give him the opportunity to join the discussion. But for now, we don't have a rep from the NPP in studio. That is why you haven't heard a voice from the other side. So, Prof. Zach,
yes, my brother.
Since you have begun on this note, let's just look at the Chairman Wontumi issue before we come to the provision of 50,000 housing units for teachers. We are also aware that even in your party, there was an ultimatum given that if you intend to contest for any position, resign 6 months to.
Yes.
And I think the deadline is this month. It has elapsed. Yeah. So this region, do we hear anyone resigning?
No, I've not heard of that. I've not heard of that.
Okay.
Actually, I've not heard of
meaning no one is eyeing any.
Yes, at least I think maybe they are content with where they are, the position that they are occupying for now. I think in NDC we have competent people who are capable of occupying of those positions. We have thousands of them. If one person is no more, at least somebody will step in to even do more. Those days we didn't even know we get somebody like the likes of Semi Jenfi. You know, we have communicators in the party, but we didn't even know that he will do a marvelous work more than even his predecessors. And we have witnessed this kind of communication style, and everybody was applauding and even thinking that they should be allowed to continue. But because of these kind of restrictions and those rules that have been set out by the party, I don't think he'll be able to contest. The likes of Malik Basintale, that he hasn't shown interest or he hasn't resigned because of where he occupies. And I think there are so many people. You see that there are young, upcoming communicators, the like of Dr. Aye and what have you. You see that they are all eyeing the position of communication or deputy communication, and they are all doing well. And I think even in the absence of our bosses, I think there are some competent people who are capable of filling these positions. And NDC, I tell you, we don't have defective communicators. We have competent.
What do you mean by defective?
I'm not the one who said so. It is their own party members.
Whose own party?
MPP. You know, Wilson Dabo and Co. label their party communicators as defective communicators. I'm not the one saying it. Their own party members are saying that they are defective. So we don't have such in our party. We have competent communicators who are up and doing and are capable of occupying any position that he or she so desires. So, by and large, I think it is in the right direction. And I think maybe other people will be able to concentrate on their positions. It also gives opportunity for others who want to also work for the party to also concentrate and do. At least, I think there's some form of balance. I think it is fair. It is fair. You cannot be here whilst occupying. Maybe others wanted to also occupy the position, but because of you, they are unable to do so. Now that these guidelines or rules have come, I think it will balance what we are expecting them to do. I think it's okay. By and large, I think it's okay. And I think the party will see even more competent communicators than expected. So our party is solid. We are ready and expect more. Even some of us, I think we have to upgrade our level. We are at the branch level. And I think maybe coming soon, maybe we have to also move to, let's say, a step ahead, maybe going to constituency or another level or layer of the party. I think to serve the party, because we are doing actually the job and we have to move and others will also occupy where we are now. Right. So I think it's okay by and large. I think we are on the right track.
Right. We can confirm that even at the national level, we've not heard of people resigning yet. Because the time is elapsed. But let's move on. Yesterday, we were all thrown aback by the 12 o'clock midday news when it was reported that Entry Siako, popularly Bernard Entry Siako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, who is the chairman for the NPP in the Ashanti region, which is, if we want to categorize in constituency-wise, is the largest constituency of the NPP when it comes to national elections. He's been sentenced to 20 years imprisonment over illegal mining activities on the Sam Reboa concession in Western region. initially, how did you take a breaking news? Did you think it was authentic, or you thought it was a blogger doing this?
My brother, you see, from day one, I knew that this will happen. And when the news broke, actually, what came to my mind was that actually, let me say, I was happy. I was happy.
You didn't think it was fake news?
No. I expected it. And it was the position of the law. And I know, and I don't doubt the competence of the Attorney General. And you know, he has been a lecturer, and he has also served in that capacity. And somebody who is a doctor in law, with his deputy also a doctor. You understand? I'm yet to even hear position of that nature that has been occupied by people of this caliber. You understand? So, and the Deputy Attorney General from onset told you that actually he will not go to court when he realized that he has no one evidence. He will make sure that whatever he's going to do in court, he will make sure that he secures conviction. So from the onset, in my mind, I was clear. And I know his diligent work that he's doing. Maybe, he's always excellent. Let me put it that way. Aina is somebody who is so principled. He's not somebody who is what? Vindictive. He wants to do the right thing. So that you yourself, you applaud him for the work that he has done. He wants to do an excellent job. And that is exactly what he has done. So I was not perturbed. And as I said, I was happy. I was happy in the sense that I was happy in two folds, my brother. I was happy in the sense that first, NDC as a party, we have been vindicated. We have been vindicated in the sense that previously we told Ghanaians that President Akufo-Addo was a clearing agent. Because if there's any act of corruption or allegation against his appointees, he quickly come out and what? Clear his people. And Wontimi was a classical example. You know, when his issues of this illegal mining started, one of your media colleague, Erastus, you have witnessed or you have seen his viral videos concerning this illegal mining that has been perpetrated by what? Chairman Wontimi. And those CSOs that came and even petitioned President Akufo-Addo against what Wontimi was doing, then it became an issue. Even the last minister, Samuel Abu Jinapor, under the XY administration, even himself came out and confirmed that what actually Chairman Wontimi was doing was an illegality. Because he himself told Ghanaians that he was not having any rights. There's no any right that has been granted to him to go into the forest to mine. His application was still pending. And he needs EPA permit, he needs mineral rights commissions also, permit. And also what? The minister themselves, he also has to what? Grant him permit. And all of this thing has not been granted to him. So all what he's doing is an illegality. So, you know, they petitioned the likes of Martin Kpebu, Ken Ashigbe, they all wrote and petitioned the CID that they should make sure that they investigate this matter. And they told President Akufo-Addo to make sure that Chairman Wontimi is prosecuted for the crimes against humanity. President Akufo-Addo told us that Wontimi is not mining illegally.
Was that not information available to him at the time?
If information available to him,
but he eventually instructed an investigation to carry
what
out
I'm
the
saying.
issue.
So if he's going to take information, who is the right person for him to take information from? Is it not the lands minister? Then, and the lands minister himself is saying that the man is mining illegally because he hasn't gotten the right. So where did he get his information from? Actually, that means that he's not acting based on information. He was just trying to be a clearing agent. Because he doesn't want, he say, oh, this dog will not hang. He was just saying any word, thinking that, oh, when he does that, maybe his government will look back in the eyes of the public. And for that matter, he needs to clear his. He's not the only person. Chairman to me is not the only person that President Akufo-Addo has cleared. He has cleared so many people. Some of them, writing romantic letters to them, trying to romanticize the issues, thinking that they haven't committed any crime. But with the issue of Chairman Wontumi, in fact, I'm happy because justice has been served. Because we cannot continue this way. Because we have heard a lot about what illegal mining has caused to unborn babies. Look at those doctors or those researchers who came out with their report, even those who were even born with some kind of defective arms, those disabilities. As a result of this kind of illegal operation that have been going on. And it was even President Akufo-Addo that emboldened them. Because those kind of LI that he issued, by trying to allow his people to go and mine in the forest reserve, was bad. He should have even done that. Those are places that have been reserved as an ecological zone that will give us some kind of oxygen. But here is the case. President Akufo-Addo, through an LI, gave an executive fiat and allowed them to go and be mining. We have heard about the issue of even people willing their properties to people, those diseases, willing them forever. All these things. But I'm happy today, even with what is even happening, we have even, revoked that particular LI, which is also good and commendable. And I think...
Don't you think the judgment was rather too harsh?
Oh, my brother.
20 years.
Yes.
Is it not too harsh?
It's not harsh in the sense that...
Don't you think that there could have been some form of a rebate, a pardon, something? Because 20 years, he complied. He was in court when they needed him to be in court.
Yes.
And he really didn't escape or try to be difficult.
The judge could have even given him the maximum sentence of 25 years. You have heard Ken Ashigbe. He was even thinking that the judge could have even given him 25 years as maximum. Okay. You understand? But who caused it? Even his own party caused this kind of harsher sentence. Because they are the same people that amended the law. You know, previously the law was that it was 3 years in prison. But because they said they were going to deal with Galamsey, and that is what the time that President Akufo-Addo told Ghanaians that he has kept his presidency on the line. And for that matter, he wants to deal with Galamsey decisively. They took the law back to Parliament in 2019 and amended it and said they have to have a harsher sentence.
Okay, so
that's why
this was from the NPP.
The NPP themselves.
They meted out the number.
The number of years to him. They changed the law from 3 years. They said no. They want it to be harsher so that it will serve as a deterrent for people not to go into illegal mining. And for that matter, they changed it to minimum 15 and maximum 25 years. But even the judge was magnanimous. He said, oh, let me just put it in the middle.
Was that being magnanimous?
Yes. At least should have given.
So 15 or 25. The judge could have
given middle. 15. She has tried to look at the middle.
No,
she was
have given him 15.
15 is 15. That
kind
is
of man.
15 is even minimum.
Yes.
15 is minimum. She just gave him 20. She could have gone for the 25. But I think she was so magnanimous, she gave him 20 years.
So what do you make of the argument that the NDC deliberately, not the NDC are happy about this sentencing because Chairman Wontumi, if he had won the chairmanship of the NPP, would have been a threat to the grassroots of the NDC.
You have kept me laughing. He has been a chairman for how many years?
But for Ashanti region.
That's what I'm saying, for Ashanti region.
Yes.
For the Ashanti region.
Yes.
He has suffered the worst defeat in his own region. Look at the number of seats that they've lost. He was still the chairman. Isn't it? He was still the chairman. And even most at times, even the cause of their defeat, because of the way he handled issues within that particular region. You know, he has a lot of problems even with his party. Recently, even just before his sentencing, you have heard him even battling with even his National General Secretary, Jason Kodia, about the election that they've cancelled. They said they should reconduct those elections afresh. He was not happy with him, saying a lot of things on air. You understand? They themselves have their internal issues. You understand? Chairman Wontimi could have even, I don't see him to even be a problem or a thorn in the flesh of what? NDC.
Are you sure?
Oh, true. Because if he, as a chairman, regional chairman,
he's a grassroots.
Yes, a grassroots man. Mm-hmm. And at the end of it, his own backyard, he was beaten. They lost miserably in his own backyard. So what shows that even in the 2028 election, he'll be able to do magic? Nothing. Because this time around, the Ashanti region that you know in the past are no longer the residents who are actually pleased with what MPP did. Because as of now, they are discerning. They are looking at what the NDC is offering them, comparing it to what MPP has offered them. Right. And he himself even lamented and told his people that actually MPP, his own party, couldn't develop the region as expected. He was expecting them to construct the Swami interchange, do what? Complete so many hospitals. What have they done? Zero. They didn't do much for the Ashanti region. But today, we are eager. At least look at the way the Swami interchange road is progressing with the speed of light. That is what the people will look at and vote for NDC. And we are equally go to Akomfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. Go and see what is happening. Go and see the massive infrastructure that is taking place in that region with the young regional minister, doctor himself, Amwakwa. You see the wonderful work that he's doing in that region. And even the younger ones and the younger generation are not happy and they are aligning to the NDC. They are even leaving the party. They are leaving the MPP party because of this young man, because of the work that he's doing. It's making sure that there's much development given to the region. That is what they will look for. Not what Chairman Wontimi is going to do as a chairman. If you are occupying position, your position should be able to what? Bring more development to your people.
All right.
But if you are occupying oppositions and you are unable to bring development to your people, then your position is useless. And that is what the people of Ashanti region will look up to. That's why we are trying to make sure that all those hospitals, Sewia Hospital and what have you, those hospitals that we even started and we couldn't complete this time around, inshallah, we are going to complete them. And that's why the people of Ashanti region will look up and give an opportunity for the NDC to serve more. But after Chairman Wontimi, I think he has caused his own problems. He's the cause of his own problem. You remember even those days, even what he was doing, I think he should have hide himself so that people will not even note what he was doing. But you come into his studio and can't be showing them solid money. You'll be showing his gold. This is solid money. Solid money. How did you come by those things if not through illegal mining? Though you have the licenses to what? Operate. But are you doing it rightly? And that is why all along, the people, what they are even saying that, they are saying that, oh, there's no even evidence in court. My brother, if there's no evidence, when his first lawyer and the appeal Kubi filed for submission of no case, was he not dismissed by the judge? And he was asked to come and make sure that he defend himself because there's a reliable evidence for him to prove that actually he should not be committed. The judge dismissed it. They appeal. They went for appeal and they lost again. You understand? When they realize that they've lost those kind of appeals and they realize that things will not go in their favor, they decided to deploy some kind of tactics, trying to delay the judgment. Then all of a sudden, oh, you have led your client from the start of the case up to the end, only to write your written submission for the final judgment to take place. You say, oh, you have withdrawn from as a lawyer of your client. What
But
is
withdrawing as a lawyer of a client probably goes more beyond what you think.
That's what I'm
There
saying.
are several circumstances that would lead a lawyer.
Yeah, we withdraw him, but he's still
Withdraw
the counsel for Chama Wontumi in different matter.
Mm.
The same Chama Wontumi. As of now, he's been facing about 3 charges. This is just one. He has a lot to do. 2 are still pending, and one with the other one is still trying to negotiate for plea bargaining. You understand? So he has a lot. For him to be in court, to be in prison, there's a lot that will be going into his head. But I think he should relax, because he being in prison, he'll be fed well. Thanks to John Dramani Mahama. Because as of now, the prisoners...
What do you mean by he'll be fed well?
He'll be fed well, because I'm saying that he'll be fed well in the sense that, the prisoners...
But being fed well doesn't mean it's going to be like what he... he walked to the courtroom with Freeman, and now
You see, my brother...
Yes.
Understand me in the sense that, prisoners, how much were they given as their feeding? 1 cedi, 80 pesos.
Mm.
Would 1 cedi, 80 pesos be adequate for you for 3 meals? Now it has been increased to 5 cedi. Thanks to John Dramani Mahama, you get better food to eat in prison. You understand?
Mm.
So unlike those days when he was going to rely on 1 cedi, 80 pesos, you understand? Now they have increased it to 5 cedis. That means that even him not going to get food well, but this time around you get some kind of better food to eat, so that at least he will be able to manage his stress in prison, whilst he will be thinking about what will happen or the outcome of the other cases that are still pending. Because now, first, I was happy with lawyer Apia Kubi. He was trying to see how, and the Apia Kubi, he was trying to see how he can mitigate. And I was expecting that he should have continued with the case. And even going to continue with the case, like what we were even saying with the sentence, I think it could have even lessened the sentencing. At least, like maybe the 15 could have been also good for him. But he changing him, bringing Atachia, and Atachia is trying to be what? Engaging in some kind of, what do you call it? How will I even put it? Those kind of slants. Thinking is about grammar. When the work is in the court, as a lawyer, you are supposed to go and defend your client, just come and be granted interview, saying a lot of things. That will not exonerate you. It's about the evidence that you put to the judge that will be convincing enough to say that, actually, you are not guilty. Not whatever you come and be ranting in the media, thinking that, you do their bidding and deploy some delayed tactics. First, he say, the judge should give him ample time because he wants to do a thorough job. So the judge should give him some ample time so that he will file his written submissions.
But he had just taken over the case. Don't you think that it was right for the judge to give him some time?
She has given him that time. The time was actually granted to him. When he was granted that opportunity to write his written submissions, then all of a sudden he has to put some surprises again. He brought about an interpretation of the law. That must be when even the case has closed. This kind of window of opportunity for window shopping in evidences to make sure that, it can save your client, it won't work. No wonder it has been dismissed by the judge. Then, upon realizing that even that one will not even survive, then all of a sudden, he has to maneuver his way. He ran out of the country. He left the jurisdiction of this country, thinking that, because he has left, the judge will what? Adjourn the case again. No. You are only buying time. So you are buying time. And that time, you should have used it in making sure that you come and defend and even mitigate the sentence. You refused to do that. And you left it to his face. He was even lucky that somebody that he has made to even step in his shoes to come and stand for him. That a young lawyer. He came and even pleaded with the judge to mitigate the sentence. And I think even with that lawyer, even helping to get the 20, if not, he could have gotten 25 years.
But
you understand?
In all this, what does it teach the crop of politicians?
That is it. That now? Actually, we must be careful. You understand? Actually, that's why I said this is a lesson to all. You understand? Because what is happening, don't think that one day, even though we are of the opinion or of the view that NPP will be in opposition for 38.2 years. But at least they will definitely
Wait.
one day.
Come again. You said the NPP will be in opposition for how many
For
years?
38.2 years. That is my wish.
Where's the point two?
That
Where's the point
how
two?
many, we are now in our government 1 year, how many months?
Almost 2 years.
Eh?
Yes, 1 year, about 6-7 months.
So 0.2, so 2 months.
So 2.
32 years, 2 months. You understand, my brother? So we,
Exactly.
no matter what, we know at least one day they will come back to power. And when they come to power, they will also make sure that they will look at the books and make sure that, at least they will also find fault of what? The past administration. So me, as a political animal, my seniors who are occupying positions, though I don't occupy any position in government, I'm doing my professional job. Though I'm aspiring, maybe hoping that maybe things will do well for me. But those who are occupying those positions, they themselves, they are living testimonies to whatever is happening. They must be guided in the offices that they occupy. And President Mahama has already told them from the word go, if you make a mistake and you happen to be the first person to commit a scandal in my government, I will not clear you. You will face the music. So even if you are there and maybe you happen not to fall foul of the Lord today, be thinking that tomorrow you leave office. You understand? Even not in other government, even today, the president can decide to what? Fire you. Somebody will come and occupy your position. And the one who is also going to occupy the position will make sure that me coming to occupy this position, I must make sure that what you have left is on a clean sheet for me to occupy. You understand? Because he himself doesn't want to also be implicated. You understand? So they will make sure that they do the right thing. They shouldn't do something that they will normally use it against them when we exit power one day. I will plead with them. Everybody should be careful, do the right thing, follow all the procurement processes so that you do the right thing. So that one day, when you leave office, they will not come and you also be going through the fate of Chairman Wontumi and others. So I hope they will do the right thing. And I have the trust and confidence in what? Our people. They will follow all the right processes so that they will not be found wanting someday when we are not in government.
If you're just joining us, this is an interaction with Prof. Zach. Prof. Zach is with the NDC. We're hoping to get in studio a member from the NPP, but unfortunately, we haven't had any representative from the NPP today. But we still have to continue with the program anyway. And you heard Prof. Zach say that, that the NPP will be in opposition for 38.2 years. So 38 plus 0.2, say the 0.2, no, is the number of months that they've paid, Prof. Zach. And people will not be happy with you. And people will not be happy.
They will not be happy.
But he admitted that there would, one day there may be a change in government because of this politics.
It's politics, it's true. It's possible.
So the government has promised putting up some 50,000 units. Do we have some callers joining the call? All right, so let's just answer this call. We'll join the conversation subsequently. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Good morning.
Your name, where are you reaching us from? Yes, landlord.
Landlord.
Your laughter will always give you up.
You know, we are in a very calm situation in Volga or Upper East.
Okay.
And also, we have a very stable economy that every well-meaning Ghanaian is now benefiting from the fruit of the NDC led by John Mahama. I know you yourself, you're also happy with the economy. Even though people are saying there's no money. But compare our current situation to the last 2 years ago at the Bovni and the MPP, you will say that things are okay, somehow better, isn't it? Isn't it?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, I think the listeners would judge. At least fuel prices have increased again.
You know, that's why I said that even if it increased, compared to the last 2 years ago, you can see that it's far better than the last 2 years, isn't it?
You make your point.
You know what to answer. I understand your point, but listeners can now see that. Let's pray for the government with the way they are trying their best to make things better for all of us. You see, first of all, we need to commend the NDC-led government and also the Minister of Environment, Samuel Amakofibua. Last week, we've been told the forests that were being left for mining, people were going around mining left and right center. And you remember the NPP Secretary, Sir John, also tried to release some lands to his family for them to be owned those lands, government lands, that were being shared among NPP folks for the past 8 years that we have seen. Assuming NPP or Bawumia win this power, my brother, will you hear about all this nonsense that we are hearing today? But today, thanks to John Mahama and NDC, those lands at Achimota have been reclaimed to the government or to the state. So I think that we should commend the government for what they are doing to make things better for us. Even though we don't say we're doing 100%, but at least they are doing their best. But you see, this is about what to me and the MPP are going left and right center, saying that it's a political persecution or what? What do they use that word? Is it political persecution, right?
Yes, a political persecution.
It is a political prisoner. I heard some of them were saying that it's political prisoner. You see, they're trying to be diabolic and mischievous because they see Ghanaians are very annoying with the 8 years of Bawumia and Akufo-Addo administration. Because you were there, you failed to fight Galamsey. When Ghanaians were saying that, deal with this issue. The president, Akufo-Addo, the 419 president, then said that, oh, I'll put my presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. We think that something different will be done. But at the end of the day, we're being told by the cabinet minister in Akufo-Addo, who was saying that the president, Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, and the other people were engaged in Galamsey. Isn't it, my brother? We were being told, isn't it?
Make your point.
They say yes.
Landlord, just make your point.
And Akufo-Addo, that Bawumia was involved in Galamsey. Akufo-Addo himself, even his compound house in Achibi. But they refused to fail the issue of the business of Galamsey. Today we can see that this government is trying its best. Some lands have been reclaimed back to the state. Some lands are now being declared that this land is no more avenue for a Galamsey. And today, if Wontumi, you have seen a documentary that was, they show us that how Wontumi destroyed the environment. And today, these guys don't feel pity for Ghanaians. They're saying a political persecution. When Wontumi and his lawyer collaborated with the state for the past almost 1 year, and today the judgment have been given as usual of them with their personal politicking. It's a political this and that. Please, we are all together to build this country, whether it is NDC or NPP. Me, I didn't say that if NDC comes to power, one day NDC less power, and that does something wrong, they need to be also be prosecuted. At the end of the day, Ghana wins. So it's not about NDC or NPP. If your party does something wrong, say it. But not those politicians who are there with their useless press conference saying that it's a political prosecution and blah, blah, blah. Please.
All right. Thank you so much, Landlord, for joining the conversation. We appreciate you this morning. You can also join the conversation by calling the studio line 038-209-1508 or 038-209-5566, and then we'll open up the phone line for you to speak. I'm still in studio with Prof. Zach. Prof. Zach.
Yeah, my brother.
Should teachers be excited? Is this one of the political promises?
Well,
50,000 units.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Actually, it's true. But I want to even comment the sector minister, Honorable Haruna Idris. Actually, he's doing a fantastic job. In fact, that's my mentor. In fact, my boss and my sector minister. In fact, I appreciate him a lot.
So if you one day become a politician, you want to be like...
I want to even be more than even where he is today.
Where he is.
Inshallah. So I wish him well. And in fact, you see, when even you look at most of the ministers and with the manifesto promises of NDC, if you want to track it, you realize that the education minister is doing a fantastic job. Because when you go by our manifesto promises, no fee stress, I mean, no fees for people with disabilities, and what have you. He's doing a yeoman job. Look at the Get Farm projects. Now, I think because of the hard work that he's doing, actually we are trying to phase out the double track.
Right.
And you realize that he was able to secure about $3 million just to make sure that this double track has been phased out. And with the issue of this housing, actually, it's a bold initiative. And even President Mahama himself said, actually, with the new schools that are supposed to be built, it must come with what? Accommodation. And that's why this particular accommodation issue was captured in our 2026 budget. And they are trying to implement, at least start with the 400. But our target is 50,000.
Okay.
The 50,000 will cut across. As of now, they have developed a roadmap. There's a policy document that they are reviewing together with all the stakeholders, including we, the teachers, be it NAGRAT, NAT, CCT, and what have you. They are all coming together to look at the policy.
Right.
Because government is trying to commit some funds to it. But we too, we have to at least also do something. And that's why they are looking at how they can even use some of what? Our pension funds. You understand? They look at the pension fund, government will commit something, and also look at GISOP. Ghana Social Opportunities Project, that one being catered by the Gender Ministry. You know, it is a World Bank funded project. Together with even the District Assembly's Common Fund, there should be some kind of what? Fund that should be dedicated towards this project. You understand? And I think when this project is actually executed, I don't think most of what teachers that are due for retirement will even go home without having a place to lay their heads.
Right.
You realize that as a teacher, sometimes you struggle for the rest of what? Your years of service. Even common one bedroom you can't build. Because your meager salary will not be able to sustain, not to talk of you putting something, to be able to build something, a house. And that's why we are always lamenting. And when we lament, they say, oh, your reward is in heaven. At least it shouldn't be in heaven. At least it should be on this earth. We must start enjoying what? Our rewards here.
Right.
You understand? And teachers deserve even more than even the accommodations. All the time, look at even your motto, you say you beat them all. But as teachers, we are the people who are making them to beat them all here. Because it's through our hard work and training that we have made you to be what you are today as a journalist.
Right.
It's a teacher. There's no professional that can boast without being saying that he was.
But people are questioning the timing. This announcement was made not today.
No, you see the timing,
and yet we still haven't seen any other thing.
Yeah, the timing.
Should people, we take it serious?
Yeah, the people. Everything is about funding. I think when there's a dedicated source of funding, I think this thing can be done. You understand? It's just about look at those engaged in the construction industry, those housing, and if there's a dedicated funding and they give them across all the regions, don't you think that they'll be able to execute this program? All is about money. And I'm praying and hoping that those kind of policy guidelines that they are reviewing, they should fasten it. You understand? And make sure that all the funds are available.
Right.
If the funds are available, the finance ministry release the funds, and the other sectors or even the stakeholders also commit to the agreement by trying to let us use some part of what? Our pension fund. I think we'll be able to execute it. You know, even prior to the election, you know, those days when the debate was even ensuing, John Dramani Mahama was even saying that at least we have monies with SNIT and other things. And if somebody has even served or he has worked for at least 15 years, at least you should have some mortgage for him to be able to get that money.
Right.
You understand? To do something for himself. You will not even wait until when the person dies, or maybe when the person is on retirement, then you will now be struggling to go in for his fund. Sometimes you go, you will not even get the money in full. Sometimes they will pay you in bit and other things. But at least you know, per the law, even if you have worked for up to 15 years and you happen to go, something happened to you, maybe in the case of maybe your death or something, you are entitled to all your pensions. So if somebody has worked for 15 years, what can't you give an opportunity to mortgage some of his funds,
right,
so that you'll be able to put up a house for himself, rather than waiting for him to retire before you now be going for those money. Even at that time, self, there's no value for the money. You understand? So I think it is the right time for the minister to initiate this project, but they should quicken it fast.
Right.
Because as you have said, the timing is of essence.
Right.
So let's look at it. Let's fast track it. Let's make sure that all the funds are available, so that at least those contracts will be will be given. They should, make sure that people tender, or how do you put it? They should apply. You understand? So that they will start executing it. At least me in a teaching field, and I don't have even a single room. And after even working for even, let's say, 17 years.
You
understand? But with this initiative, at least it will motivate teachers to give out their bed. People are living in remote areas. You understand? You go to the remote area, sometimes you don't have a place to sleep. Sometimes some are forced to come back to town. But if you have an accommodation in that rural area, you'll be able to stay, do the work, so that at least you give out your maximum best. But I will pray, and I also hope that the minister is able to do this thing for teachers, and will be happy or more than willing to salute him for the work that he's doing. And I hope maybe by the time that you even leave that particular office, I think he'll be able to execute, at least, if not 100%, at least 70% of it should be done.
Right. Thank you very much, Prof. Zach. So before we take leave of you, Global Info Analytics put out a rating performance of 83 MPs, that is from 83 constituencies, and they polled in June. So out of this, we have Navrongo Central's Member of Parliament, Simon Aworgo, coming up as number one. If you want to consider from the Upper East region, he pulled 93%. Wow. We also had I should have even asked you who you think the best performing MP is before reading out this. So aside Simon Aworgo, who do you think is the other best performing MP?
Well, you see, if I'm going to do, I'll be biased.
Okay.
In the sense that because maybe
but on top of your head,
you understand, you know, because I'm from Bolga Central.
Okay, so
you understand.
Your member.
Yes, I wish, or I will just put him.
Okay.
Ahead of maybe his peers. Though Simon Aworgo is one of the, hardworking MPs.
Right.
If I admire him from afar, actually we used to interact, and I enjoy him. Right. And I like, he works underground. Mostly, he doesn't come out to be talking too much. He believes in making sure that
the work is done.
The work is done. And you see that even before he became an MP, you look at the work that he's doing. You say water is life. And he was providing water to the community.
So Bolgatanga Central.
Yes.
Okay. Aside him, who do you think of?
Dominic Ayine is also doing a fantastic work. Well. Then Daniel Dumahama.
Okay.
Then we can also go back to Eboku.
Right.
Yes.
So let me just. So this is from 83 constituencies. Yes. I don't know we've not studied the methodology behind the collection of data, but from this poll that is here, from Global Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa, one, he places nationally the 83. Simon Aworgo is fourth.
Okay.
That makes him one nationally. Okay. So that regionally he becomes one with 94%. Wow. Sorry, 93%. I beg your pardon. Okay. Then it's followed by Daniel Dong Mahama, Talensi.
Yes.
He is at 16th position nationally.
Okay.
Meaning in the region he's second with 78%.
Okay.
Then this comes down to the 20th nationally for Bulsa South, Dr. Clement Abasina Abapak with 77%, making him third in the region.
Okay.
Then all the way down to, you like the way I said it, down to Bongo,
Yes.
which is at the 60th position nationally, with so meaning in the region he's fourth with 49%. From the 83, Bolga Central is not yet.
Wow. So that's why I was saying that I will be biased.
Yes. And then from the top 83, we have Pusiga at 75%, 75 position.
Okay.
The 75th position with just 30%. Okay. So it had its parameters, and later when we studied the parameter, but these are the top three. That's
okay. You see, he deals with data.
Yes.
So I can't contest that.
And it's just for 83.
Yeah, that is it. So that why I can't contest it,
right?
Because he has the verifiable data,
right,
that you can look
and
at.
He knows
what
he's looking
at.
Yeah,
that is it. So that's why I can't challenge him. So, but
the top performing NPO surprise you know. That is from Nsawama Dwajiri.
Wow.
Nanodompre. Followed by Tolong. So anyway, we'll leave it at that and we'll continue the discussion some other day. This is A1 Radio 101.1. Thank you so much, Prof. Zach, for coming in studio. We hope we have an extensive conversation some other time. Right. This is A1 Radio 101.1. I am Gerard Asagi. Thanks so much for listening to me this morning. We'll continue the discussion tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your rainy morning. Bye.
Any dance nina new. Hey, Ankasa don na me do. Na eba no say no queen na me ding. Everybody na me wana. Na say me kosha konfu. Na obi do wana. Ya enya wuki kano na mintio. Ya chichi ready do wings. If you only power. Ababa we any more. You know what?